Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and I'm just sitting here drinking my morning coffee. Yes, people accuse us of being fake. That's a real sip. Real coffee in that cup right there. It's time to talk about current events in the online fitness community. For those of you who like these type of videos, please remember to click like down below. If you haven't subscribed yet, click that subscribe button. Click the little notification bell, ring my bell, baby. But, on to the topic at hand. On to the point. Someone, a regular follower, linked a V-Shred video from Vince over at V-Shred about how to build your booty. And normally, I've been saying lately, guys, I'm not going to really do negative videos these days, so I'm going to stick with just criticism of this. But this is the kind of thing that when people put out, it needs to be addressed because a lot of people follow this channel. It has a pretty big following. And the information here was very, very, very bad in terms of just developing your glutes. And this is something that I care about a lot because I have clients who have glute weaknesses. I have actual clients that I coach who need glute-specific work. Nothing in here is anything that I would prescribe for them. My people need very rapid increases in size, strength, and power in their glutes when we actually work on this. These are not the exercises that any coach uses to build your glutes up. But it's important for us to remember too, with a channel like Vince is on, is that Vince is a paid actor, and a lot of people don't know this, but that is true. Vince is an actual actor and a model that V-Shred hired to be their face on their channel. It's just a fitness company that was started by some people who don't really know much about training or fitness who wanted to start a company. Right? It's a business endeavor. It's not an actual real fitness enterprise. And so you see a lot of goofy stuff like this being put out. Now, he gave 5 exercises for helping with your glutes, and I'm going to give credit where credit is due. The very last one out of the 5 was good. Like, they messed up everything else. They actually took 2 exercises that can build your glutes very effectively and ruin them. But the very last one, the kettlebell swings, I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that. I have no problem prescribing kettlebell swings as general physical preparedness for people who need more glutes, right? It's GBP work. Is it going to particularly build your glutes? Not really. It can contribute in terms of overall workload. It's a nice exercise. So again, when we start talking about your GPP, which is also called general physical preparedness, or what a lot of you would think of as like your strength-based conditioning work, the stuff that just gets you in shape, gets you generally physically prepared, GPP. It's actually a decent one. But we need to talk about some of the other exercises. And then I'll tell you guys at the end what I have people do. So, up front, he's talking about a sumo pause whatever squat. Okay. The barbell squat itself is a great glute exercise. What do we know based upon research? Anybody? The deeper you go, the more glute activation you get. So he takes a really wide stance. And I have no problem with a wide stance squat. The problem I have with a wide stance squat is that no advanced lifters are following Vince. Vince can't do a wide stance squat. He doesn't have the mobility and technique down to do a wide stance squat. Like, I squat as wide as he's doing there. That's what I squat. You can see me do like a 500 plus pound box squat onto a 12-inch box. I've got a stance like that. Okay, but I'm going all the way down. I'm going about 8 inches deeper than he is, 500 pounds sitting on my back. Vince can't get the depth. So there's a problem right up front. If you're trying to activate glutes, you need to be thinking in terms of squat depth. How deep can you go? He doesn't have the technique down to go deep, so he's doing half squats. Well, you're losing glute activation. Try doing them on a box, problem solved. But the thing he does even worse is he gets to the top and he humps through and follows through the top. What does that tell you guys? Stop doing that. Do not do that on a squat. It destabilizes your spine. You should follow through on a deadlift. But that's a different exercise. You get a little bit of hip extension at the top to follow through on a deadlift. On a squat, you should not be doing that. All right, it puts your back into a bad position for the next rep. Right? Number 2, there is no load there. It would be fine if the barbell was stuck to the front. Like if you were laying down and the barbell was stuck to your pelvis, you would get a training effect in your glutes from that. But there is nothing there but air. You're just rolling the pelvis under no load. There is no tension being applied to the glutes at the top. No tension being applied to the glutes. It's not doing anything for you. And I'm not saying you have to maintain continual tension, because he got that part wrong too. But, see where I'm going with this? There's no load being applied. So he has people waste effort and do something that can injure your back and teach you bad squat mechanics at the top, hoping to activate the glutes while completely skipping the bottom half of the exercise where the glutes are activated the most. That is where the most peak tension is put on the glutes, is at the bottom. He's skipping it. Right? That's not how you build glutes, guys and girls. It's not going to work. He has people do split squats. Hey, I'm fine with split squats, but the version that he was showing is called a Jefferson deadlift, not a split squat. But I digress. No problem with split squats. They have their place in training for more advanced lifters. They're not a glute specific exercise. And this point of, it puts less strain on your spine. Why do you want to reduce strain on your spine? I can tell you why advanced lifters do it, because we can only handle so much squatting and deadlifting. Right? There are limits to how much of it we can recover from and how much axial loading we can handle on our back every week. If we need additional quad work, not glute work, additional quad work, we do one-legged squats and things, and step-ups and split squats and lunges, right? That's why we do it. That's why I do it. Because I do 23, 24 sets of deadlifts every week. My back can only handle so much, guys. Over to the point there. The wrong exercise for the wrong reason. Not saying that split squats aren't good, that they're not useful. I can assure you no one in his demographic is benefiting from split squats, and you don't do them to build your glutes. The other one that really bothered me was the hip thrusters. Why? Because that's a variation of an exercise I would actually use for this purpose. He did half reps. Right? He didn't go all the way down. He gave a whole spiel about time under tension and continual tension. That's completely irrelevant. That's a bodybuilder bro myth. That is not based on reality. That's not based on physiology. It's simply not true. Hey, how do we build muscles? Tension, progressive overload, metabolic fatigue. You go all the way down. Get strong. If you're going to do a hip thrust or a glute bridge, go all the way down to the floor and explode back up. Okay? You're going to get more power, more range of motion, more muscle fiber activation, more recruitment in your glutes. You need to do the full range of motion. He's just doing like a little partial in the middle. Anyone who does little pumping partials in the middle on exercises who has muscular development is usually using drugs to do that. It's not the training that's doing it. Right? That is the hallmark training style of heavy anabolic steroid abusers. Doesn't work for other people. If you're going to do something like that, you need to go all the way down. Touch the floor, unload, and then drive it back up, and you follow through hard. And they said, oh, nice slow tempo. No. Explode. Now, people will say, well, the exploding could get you hurt. Well, if the bar is moving so fast that it could get you hurt, you need to put more weight on the bar. You need to put another 100 pounds on there. Why? Because we're trying to get tension. Tension, muscle fiber recruitment. Glutes are big, powerful muscles. You are not going to develop your glutes with lightweight. Okay? You are not going to develop your glutes with lightweight. They need heavy loading through a long range of motion. If your glutes are lagging, you probably need to have 4 times the weight on the bar that you have for whatever you're doing. In other words, if your glutes are lagging because you have 55 pounds on the bar for a squat, you need to get it up to 300. If your glutes are lagging and you have a 100-pound hip thrust or glute bridge, you need to work on getting that up to 400 pounds for reps. That's what you need to do. And I don't mean 400 pounds or 300 pounds by cheating and half repping. You need to build your strength up to that level. So what do my people do for glutes? I can tell you 3 things all of my clients do. All of my clients box squat. This is not people with glute weaknesses, because I need all of my clients have strength goals. To get strong, you have to have big glutes. You have to have strong glutes. It is a requirement to be strong. You cannot be a strong person and not have strong glutes. Okay, you need to get that very, very clear. They box squat, they sumo deadlift, they do good mornings. Okay, every single one of my clients do all three of those exercises. That builds your glutes. Notice I said nothing about any variations. We box squat, deep box squats. Most of my people squat to a 12-inch box. Sumo deadlifts, good mornings. People who have a specific glute weakness do barbell glute bridges off the floor. Every single rep, we touch the floor, they unload, they lock it at the top. And we do them heavy. Right? Heavy sets of 8 to 10 reps. That's what they do. That's how I fix my people's glute weaknesses. We don't do 5 exercises. We do those 3 as everybody's. Those are baseline. All of my clients run those other 3. All of them. For people who have a glute weakness, I add glute bridges. Problem solved. 1 exercise. All right, guys, well, that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it's been informative, and I will talk to you guys next time.